Earlier in the week, I posted on the blog a video that I saw on Baratunde's website that actually showed these people at an anti-Park 51 protest on Sunday actually almost attacking a man, verbally attacking him. A man because he was wearing a hat, a fitted cap, and they thought he was a Muslim. Now, it turns out that he wasn't. But these people it looked like they were literally ready to lynch this kid. And they were all up in his grill and surrounding him and chanting and shouting in his face. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking, is this America? Is this what our nation is all about? Is this what we mean when we say we want to live in peace and we want to have freedom and justice and understanding for everyone? Because it looked to me to be profoundly un-American. Un-American. And I've got to tell you, I know that everyone makes an excuse whenever it comes to a particular group. Like, oh, well, it's different this time. It's different because we have a stronger sensitivity. We've got a sensitivity. We don't want those Muslims to be near our hallowed ground. That's what we call that series of videos, hallowed ground. We don't want them near our hallowed ground because, you know, they killed our people, forgetting that so many Muslims also died on that day, right? We don't want them to be there because we have sensitivity to the issue, forgetting that a lot of people the people who perpetrated the issue were not following traditional Islam, right? Billion Muslims around the planet and a few dozen people, part of a clique of a few thousands, tens of thousands maybe, that believe in this jihadist movement have now painted a billion people in a negative light. And so we now feel sensitive. We want to put all those billion people in the same box. This is problematic, folks. We feel sensitive. We don't want those people near our hallowed ground. Just like some years ago, we feel sensitive. We don't want those coloreds in school with our children. I mean, we don't want them marrying our daughters. You know, I don't know about these Irish. I mean, we just don't want them living in our community. And the Jews, good God, please, we just don't trust them. We just don't trust them. It happens time and time again, and we see it, and we don't recognize it for what it is. It is the same root of bigotry that flourishes time and time again, and that makes us find justifications and rationalizations for treating our fellow Americans and even others who are not American, for treating our human brothers and sisters as aliens, as foreigners, as somehow bad. Yes, we want to fix the immigration system. But I mean, we don't know what to do. It's just so hard. And you know what? If it means that the police have got to pull over every Mexican they see, I mean, hey, what are we going to do? It's a weak-minded approach to finding a solution. Why? Because it's always easy to paint with a broad brush, and it never works. It never works in history. It never works. Why? Because it breeds resentment, it breeds discord, and fundamentally, this is a nation that is built upon principles of freedom and equity. So we cannot survive by going against the nature of our very founding. I point this out, and a lot of people are like, whoa, why are you going to make those comparisons? How are you going to make those comparisons? That's not right. But I will make those comparisons, and they are right. Because when I saw that video, it became obvious. See, the guy that they stopped at that rally on Sunday, the guy that they surrounded, the guy that they were screaming invective at and anti-Islamic comments at, the man that they stopped, who was not actually a Muslim, was a black man. He was a black man. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, is this the 1960s? I haven't seen images like this in years. I mean, it's bad enough some of the stuff that was going on at the Tea Party rallies when they're holding the Obamacare signs and Obama with the bone through his nose and all of that. That was bad. But the reality is we've talked to a lot of Tea Party members, and whether we agree or disagree with their message, my experience is that the vast majority of Tea Party members are not on that fringe. Although, sadly, they have not been very willing and their leadership has not been very open about condemning that fringe. You know, Barack Obama, when he was running for president, had to run up and down the mountain to condemn Reverend Wright. He had to go all over the place to condemn Bill Ayers, who he ain't have nothing to do with. But people who are going to rallies and have folks who are carrying racist signs and hurling racist invective don't want to denounce that within their party. Not everyone doesn't want to denounce it, just the leadership doesn't want to. But I accept that the majority of Tea Party members are not necessarily racist or bigoted. However, when I saw these images, I was like, those people are bigoted. And because they're bigoted against Muslims, it's okay in America today. Right? And I say that the guy they attacked was a black guy, and y'all might say, well, you know, if he wasn't a black guy, Derrick Ashong, would you care? Absolutely, I would care. I would certainly care. I'm going to get into that a little bit later when we talk about some of the people who were not black, who were physically attacked. But in this particular instance, when I saw this crowd surrounding a black man and people getting up in his face and screaming at him and someone having to separate him from these people who were approaching and pushing towards him, I kept thinking, you gotta be kidding me. Are we back in Little Rock? Are we back in Mississippi of the 1950s? Y'all are gonna lynch a brother in Manhattan? In America in 2010, and tell me that we don't have a problem with bigotry in our nation? It is sad and it is sick. It is sick and it is sad. And it is something that we need to address, and we need to address it with courage.